So I'm going to say a couple words, and then I'm going to let Captain Pruitt, I still like saying that, make a few comments. I first met Detective Pruitt almost 20 years ago when she was at the 3rd District on Sligo when I was a AmeriCorps member. And at that time, they had a program with the Montgomery County Police Department. So I served, I had my Montgomery County Police ID that year, and I was very excited. And she is one of many, many officers that took me under her wing and showed me the ropes. And so just a point of personal privilege, even though we're here to honor her accomplishments, it's just a real honor to be here this many years later, in no small part because of your mentorship and friendship. You and Daryl McSwain and many others at that 3rd District. So I just want to acknowledge that. And she looks the same. So that's, that I've aged a little bit, but I don't know what happened. The other thing is, I think it's a remarkable thing that here we are in a department that is one of the best in the nation, that is almost 100 years old in a couple of years, and we are going to celebrate and honor today the first African-American woman to ever achieve the rank of captain. And I think it's timely that in a year that we are pursuing legislation here in the council to create a racial equity lens for all of our policy, it's fitting that we would celebrate and that this would happen this year. I know it was not without struggle. You know, you talk about breaking glass ceilings. In law enforcement, there's been a lot of documentation of being a woman in law enforcement itself. Being a black woman is another whole scenario. I'm sure Captain Pruitt will talk about that. But the fact that in 27-year career, she's been able to achieve and serve in so many areas of the department is really a testament to her dedication to this community and her perseverance in her hard work. So before I read the proclamation, I'd like to allow Captain Pruitt to say whatever she'd like to say.
Thank you, and good morning. So Councilmember Jawando has put me on the spot. I was only going to say thank you and hi to all my police family, two of my unit members here, Sergeant Dan Helton and Sharif. I'm going to mess up your last name. I just started, I'm going to have to practice so I won't offend Sharif. But I'm the director of the Community Engagement Division now, and it is it's I don't know what word to use. I'm not going to use bittersweet because it's really not bitter. But let me just tell you a brief story. My son, one of my sons, I have twin sons, they're almost 16 years old. One of them is a really good artist. And so the other day he says to me, I'm going to draw a comic strip, and you're going to be one of my superheroes in the comic. And I said, oh, that's great, you know. He says, don't you want to know what your superpower is? And I was like, okay, what's my superpower? He says, you have the ability to burst into flames and then walk through fire without any damage to you. And I was like, okay. And he says, Ma, that's how I see you. And so it has been a long 27 years, I have to admit. I have purposefully did a variety of things in the police department because I wanted to see how the police department works. And the best way to do that is to have a variety of assignments. My resume was so long that when I applied for captain, I had to shorten it by 2 pages. Because the system will only take 4 pages. And I say that because here it is almost 100 years after the department was founded and 156 years after the first black woman was hired as a police officer in this country. And we're still seeing firsts in Montgomery County. It's not an easy road for black women in the police department, not just ours, but all over the country. Although I would say that we're perfect for policing. We come from And my ancestors are from West Africa. So we came here as slaves, and then we took care of our families, and we took care of the master's family. We earned the most advanced degrees in this country. We do things like carry a whole voting block because that's who we are, and we want to be identified and acknowledged for that strength and not tamped down because of it. We're not arrogant. We're not aggressive. We don't talk too much. What we say and what we see are important. We have a great vantage point that everyone should want to know about and want us to share because it's important. And so I stand here before you. I'm proud to be a member of the police department. My father was an MP in the Army, and then he served his whole career in D.C. as a police officer. So it's part of my legacy. I love it. And I'm here to serve you. It's my commitment and my job. My second son, Marshall, said to me, "Mom, you're going to be the director of community engagement. Oh, my God, they're going to love you." Because he knows that that's where my heart is, with the people. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for Cherie for, pray for me. And thank you, Montgomery County, and thank you, Will.
And thank you. We're gonna get another round of applause because I'm gonna let the chief, who became acting chief last week, which is a big accomplishment itself, to say a few words as well.
So good morning, and just briefly, I just want to say how proud personally I am of Sonia and this accomplishment. She is correct. It is for any officer, it's really a challenge, and it speaks volumes to accomplish the rank of captain. As we go through the ranks, it's a very tedious process that people have to do a lot of preparation for. It does require a lot of commitment and dedication. Sonia is one of our most committed and dedicated employees, and I will say over the past few years is just to see her grow in the ranks of the executive staff has been tremendous. So we really do appreciate Sonia, and like I said, we're very proud of her, and we look forward to some continued success. So thank you very much.
All right, we've started this new yellow light, so I got to hurry up and read this here. The County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland proclamation. Whereas, you come next to me here. Sonia Y.W. Pruitt has been a sworn officer with the Montgomery County Police Department, MCPD, for nearly 30 years, serving her community in a variety of roles, including duty commander, deputy district commander for the 1st and 5th districts, deputy director of the Internal Affairs Division, and as administrative lieutenant for the Patrol Services Bureau, where she managed the School Resource Officer Program. And whereas on March 3rd, 2019, Captain Pruitt made history by ascending to the rank of captain within MCPD, becoming the first African-American woman to achieve that rank in the department's more than 97-year history. And whereas for 20 years, Captain Pruitt has served on the National Black Police Association as a member, a board member, vice chair, and currently as chair, and has spoken on a variety of law enforcement-related issues both in the United States and internationally through print media, radio, and television. And whereas Captain Pruitt believes that one of the roles of African-American officers in policing is to provide an authentic community policing model for residents, particularly young people with whom they come into contact, and believes that officers should be able to work at the level of their greatest potential without losing themselves in the process. And whereas Captain Pruitt is a proud Howard University alumna.
Ain't you?
Where she majored in microbiology and holds a Bachelor of Science degree in criminal justice from the University of Maryland and a master's in forensic psychology from Argosy University. And whereas Captain Pruitt serves as an inspiration to us all, but especially to young women of color, as this achievement represents a lifetime of hard work, sacrifice, and service to her community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland hereby congratulates Captain Sonia Y.W. Pruitt for being the first African-American woman to achieve the rank of captain with the Montgomery County Police Department and for her continued dedication to the residents of our county. Presented on this day, the 18th of June, in the year 2019, signed by myself and our council president, Nancy Navarro. Congratulations. All right, let's take a picture.